Good evening, and welcome to the 2020 Senate elections. Tuesday, November 3rd, 2020. Mitch McConnell, the majority leader from Kentucky, versus minority leader Chuck Schumer from New York. The 7 p.m. poll closings are in. In Kentucky, it is too close to call. Mitch McConnell versus former Marine Amy McGrath. Here's a county map. In Georgia, Class 1, which is not a special election, but the actual election that's supposed to be scheduled for election in 2020. David Perdue versus Jon Ossoff. Perdue is currently in the lead. Here's the county map again. In the special election, appointed Senator Kelly Loeffler, who narrowly beat Doug Collins in the primary, is leading against former Senator Joe Lieberman, I think that's his son. Another Lieberman is running against Kelly Loeffler. That's supposed to be Kelly Loeffler, not David Perdue. Anyway, his name is Matt Lieberman. In South Carolina, a deep Republican state, it's too early to call. Lindsey Graham has their 53% to Jamie Harrison's 46.9%. Here's the county map. In Virginia, Mark Warner, the incumbent senator, is facing former military serviceman Daniel Gade. Warner is currently leading with a decent margin. Here is the county map. If it's barely red, it means it's leaning red. That the Republican is leading. If it's barely blue, it's the blue Democrat is leading. 7:30 p.m. poll closings are in. The first projection of the night, Cheyenne Capito defeats Richard Ojeda. In North Carolina, a very close race that we'll be watching tonight. Don Tillis is down by 92 votes. 49.9% for Cal Cunningham and 49.9% for Tom Tillis. Here's the county map. Here is the Senate map as of 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time. 8 p.m. poll closings are in. Batch of multiple Senate seats. We can project that Lindsey Graham will be defeating Jamie Harrison. Lindsey Graham's lead may have shrunken by 0.5%, but he's still leading and will be leading until polls officially close at 100%. Here is the county map. Cindy Hyde-Smith defeats Mike Espy, the nominee for Senate in 2018 in the special election. Tennessee, Bill Hagerty, former Trump ambassador, will be defeating James Mackler. Incumbent Senator of Oklahoma, Jim Inhofe, will be defeating the Democrat Abby Broyles. In Maine, incumbent Senator Susan Collins is leading against Sarah Gidgen, the Speaker of the Maine House of Representatives. Previous polls have showed Gidgen up, but so far Susan Collins is leading. County map. And 5,000 votes went to Danielle Van Helsing, who's running as an independent. In New Hampshire, Jeanne Shaheen is narrowly leading with 4,639 vote lead. Here's the county map. In Alabama, incumbent Senator Doug Jones is going against former Senator Jeff Sessions to try and reclaim his old seat. Here is the election map, county map. Massachusetts, after beating incumbent Senator Ed Markey in the primary, Joseph Kennedy defeats Shiva Ayyadurai, who's a Republican. Jack Reed will be winning in another term in Rhode Island. Cory Booker, former 2020 contender, will be beating Miss Flanagan. Chris Coons will be winning in Delaware. Dick Durbin will be winning another term in the Senate for Illinois. Here's the Senate map as of 8 o'clock p.m. At 30 p.m. poll closings are in with the lone state of Arkansas. But now we can project that Mitch McConnell has won against Amy McGrath. McConnell's lead has grown and will continue to either grow or stay the same until 100% of the poll closings are in. Here's the final county map. In Virginia, we can also project that Mark Warner will be defeating Daniel Gade. Mark Warner has 51.5% of the vote to Gade's 48.5%. Too close. That's supposed to say projected winner. In Arkansas, we can project Tom Cotton will win another term as he's unopposed. As of 8:30 p.m., this is the Senate map. It's 9 p.m. and the poll closings are in. We can project that David Perdue will be defeating Jon Ossoff with 51% of the vote to Ossoff's 48.9%. Here's the county map. In the Senate, in the special election, Kelly Loeffler will be defeating Matt Lieberman. 50.8% of the vote to 49.1% of the vote for Lieberman. Here it's corrected on here. This is the county map. New Hampshire, Jeanne Shaheen defeats Bill O'Brien, the former president pro tempore of the New Hampshire State Senate, with 51.8% of the vote to O'Brien's 48.2%. Jeanne Shaheen with winning the equal amount of counties, but the votes tally up to her winning. In Louisiana, we can project that Bill Cassidy will be defeating Antoine Pierce for re-election. Texas, we can project John Cornyn will defeat MJ Heger. I'm probably butchering it, but he won another term. Ben Sasse will serve in the Senate another term. South Dakota, Mike Rounds will be defeating Dan Allers. In Wyoming, Cynthia Lummis, a former representative of Wyoming's at-large district, will be defeating Marav Ben David. In Kansas, Chris Kobach, the former Secretary of State of Kansas and nominee for governor in 2018, is running for has won the GOP nomination for Senate and is facing State Senator Bollier. He's currently leading with a 9,465 vote lead. Here's the county map. Colorado, incumbent Senator Gardner is going against former Colorado Governor John Hickenlooper. Hickenlooper is currently leading with a 2,366 vote lead. One second. Anyway, here's the county map. In Arizona, Martha McSally, who was appointed to finish John Kill / John McCain's term, is losing with 234 lead for Mark Kelly. In Arizona, here's the county map. In Minnesota, former Representative Jason Lewis is running against incumbent Senator Tina Smith. Smith is currently leading by 2,711 votes. In Michigan, too close to call, John James, former Senate candidate in 2018 against, I forgot her name. Anyway, Gary Peters is leading 52% to 48%. Here's the county map as of now. Mexico, Assistant Speaker of the House Ben Ray Lujan will be elected to the Senate. Here's the map. 10 p.m. poll closings are in. We can project that Susan Collins will retain the seat, defeating Sarah Gidgen and Danielle Van Helsing. The race has been called, and here are the final votes. 7,500 votes went to Danielle Van Helsing, independent. In previous polls, she scored around 5% to 7%, but she underperformed. In Alabama, Jeff Sessions has won against Doug Jones with the lead of 24,102 votes. Here's the county map. In Iowa, it's too close to call. Joni Ernst versus Teresa Greenfield. Here is the county map. In Montana, after dropping in for president, Steve Bullock initially declined the run for Senate, but now he decided to run for Senate, and he filed the day the filing deadline was due. So, Steve Daines is currently leading. Here's the current map. Here's the map as of 10 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time. 11 p.m. poll closings are in. North Carolina, we can project Cal Cunningham, not Mike, defeats Tom Tillis. 50.2% to 49.6%. Difference 9,517 votes. Here's the final county map. Kansas, we can project Chris Kobach to win against Barbara Bollier. 51.1% to 48.8%. Here is the county map. In Idaho, we can project that Jim Wish will be serving another 6 years in the Senate. We can also project that in Oregon, Jeff Merkley will be serving again. The Senate map as of 11 o'clock p.m. 1 a.m. poll closings. Dan Sullivan is the projected winner in Alaska against Al Gross. Steve Daines will be serving another 6 years in the Senate, defeating Steve Bullock. Here is the final vote tallies. It's Daines with a 15,000 vote lead. Here's the final map. In Arizona, Mark Kelly has defeated Martha McSally with the lead of 14,787 votes. Here's the county map. In Colorado, we can project. Hold on a second. I apologize. Yes, we predicted that Hickenlooper will win in Colorado. It's a final county map. Michigan, Gary Peters is winning. 49.3% for James, 50.6% for Peters. Here's the final map. Minnesota, Tina Smith is winning. Final count. Here is the map. Sorry about that one more time. A DAC is coming in. The Senate majority will be awarded to the Republicans. I forgot to call Joni Ernst. She will be winning another 6 years. So the Republicans will be holding 51 seats to the Democrats' 49 seats. Thank you for tuning in, and I will see you in the next video. Hopefully it'll be better quality, better, no typos, better public speaking skills on my part. Anyway, there's music. I don't know if it's working, but we'll find out. See you next video.